What is up, my butter biscuits? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about Kanye West and Taylor Swift. Now, I would love to do a full podcast about the Super Bowl. However, with my schedule being that I am leaving for Japan, and then we already pre-filmed two, by time you guys would see that, it would be way too late and way old news. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make this video because I am so curious to talk to you guys about this specific topic about Taylor Swift and Kanye West. Only because there's so many rumors being spread right now online, and I am just so tripped out at what you guys think, and I wonder if there's any truth to this. Also, we're going to be talking about Kanye West commercial, which I'm really confused about because I'm reading a lot and I'm seeing a lot of clips, and y'all, I watched the full Super Bowl from start to end, and I know for a fact I would have remembered seeing this quote unquote Kanye West commercial, and I did not see it. So I'm like, I am so confused at did this commercial happen? Was it on specific channels only? I don't know, because I seen every other commercial, but then I didn't see this Kanye West commercial that had $0 budget because they spent the whole $7 million on the actual ad placement itself and not the actual making of the commercial, you know? Which, by the way, did you guys see that this year it cost $7 million for a 30-second ad placement on the Super Bowl? I am so sorry, but I'm like, that is insane. Also, too, did you guys see? So I had talked about this recently in a video. I think it was on my makeup anti-haul where I was talking about the Duck Plump. Was it that? I forget what it was. Some video. I was talking about the Duck Plump NYX lip glosses, and Cardi B was doing a commercial for them. Well, it had came out that actually was supposed to be a Super Bowl commercial. However, they didn't push it through. It didn't get approved because apparently the U in DUCK was blocked too much, so it could have been misinterpreted as something else, so it didn't get approved to be put on the Super Bowl commercial. And I am so sorry, but I think that is so bizarre and so crazy. Only because, if you guys actually watch the full commercial, y'all, they ended up putting it on TikTok and they put it on Instagram. I want to say I saw it on Facebook too. You can see that when the dancers moved that it was clearly a U, but I know obviously being that the Super Bowl is probably the highest watched show in America, or highest watched I don't know, whatever you want to call it in America, they're probably extra careful that they're you know what, we can't put this out there. But I'm like, y'all, you could clearly see the U. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to be talking about that today because, y'all, there's quite a bit of stuff going on with Taylor Swift, and I am just so curious. Oh, before we get into that, too, what do you guys think about them, changing Alicia Keys' audio? I low-key thought that was a little bit shady, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So while she was singing, and y'all, I want to go ahead and give her credit right here because Alicia was singing live. In my personal opinion, I don't think Usher was singing live, but he was doing a lot of dancing. He was dancing around, he was on roller skates, so I completely understand. Obviously he was super busy and active, you know, but Alicia Keys came out to sing live and her voice did crack within the first 10 seconds of her song. And y'all, the NFL ended up changing her audio on YouTube. So if you watch the actual say for example, if you go onto your TV and you go back and watch, if you have direct TV, you can go onto what's it called, on demand, and watch it. You'll hear her voice crack. But then if you go watch the performance on the NFL's YouTube, you'll see that they changed it. What do you guys think about that? I low-key was okay, look, I totally understand you want to make her look good, but hey, sometimes singer's voice just cracks and that's just it, you know what I mean? It's really not that big of a deal. And I think that they should have just kind of left it, because I just feel I don't know, I feel in a way low-key isn't that humbling, and on top of that too, doesn't that teach people to realize, oh my gosh, Alicia Keys, who has this great beautiful voice, even at times her voice can crack too. I don't know, in my personal opinion, I would have just left it, but that's just me. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about that within today's video. And y'all, don't forget that I do have a podcast. It'll be linked down below. We upload new podcasts every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. so make sure you guys go show some love over there. I would really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about right here is this whole ad, which I'm gonna play it, and I hope that YouTube approves me to play it, because I don't know if there's any type of copyright claims on it. But I am so curious for you guys to see it, because low-key, if I'm keeping it real with you guys, it's a little bizarre. And apparently this is his whole ad to get people to go to Yeezy.com, and I don't know. I just know, and y'all, I was drinking, of course, at the Super Bowl, but I just know I would have remembered seeing this commercial. So can you guys please let me know if you guys seen this? Because apparently this is the real commercial. So I'm going to go ahead and play it right here.
Hey y'all, this Ye, and it's my commercial. And since we spent all the money on the commercial spot, we actually didn't spend any money on the actual commercial. But the idea is, I want you to go to Yeezy.com, YEEZY.com. And I'm gonna write it at the bottom of the screen, and I got some shoes, and That's it.
So what you guys saw right there is supposedly the ad right there for Kanye West that costs $0 to make because he filmed it on his iPhone, and that apparently was uploaded for the Super Bowl. And then y'all, there was even these stats being put out there. Like if you guys head over to the Twitter account Black Millionaires, this is what is posted right here. It says Kanye West team sent him a report saying that his $0 production budget Super Bowl ad was a success. The 30-second slot cost $7 million, which generated Yeezy 284,357 orders, totaling $19.3 million in sales in less than 24 hours. Now, I don't know where they actually got these stats from, but it seems pretty legit to me. I'm just so mind blown over here that, like, that was an ad. And I'm just, like, so bothered at myself right now because I'm like, did I get so tipsy that I forgot that? But then I'm like, I remember every other ad. So I'm like, why wouldn't I remember that? I'm like, maybe on different stations they played, like, different ones. I don't really know. But y'all, please let me know if you guys saw that right there because I thought that was, like, super bizarre. And on top of that, too, I could definitely see how that could generate a lot of business because they did say that this Super Bowl was the highest viewed in history. They actually said it was like the highest viewed television, like anything. I forget the exact title that they use when they say television. Like, I don't want to say series or like episode, like television, whatever. Since the Apollo landing, y'all, since they landed on the moon, supposedly. What do you guys think about that? Let me know. Y'all, I can like go down a rabbit hole with that stuff because I'm like, Anyways, still on topic with Kanye West though, this is where things get like really, really crazy. Now, there is reports being put out there that Taylor Swift had him booted from the Super Bowl. This is all allegations, okay? This is all allegedly. But here's the thing, what people are saying. I'm going to read a little bit of an article for you guys as well, too. But basically, in a nutshell, they're saying that Kanye West was going to be wearing his, like, authentic look, you know, or his, like, signature look. And he was going to be sitting in front of Taylor Swift because he knows that the cameras pan over to Taylor Swift the most during every single NFL game, especially the Super Bowl, right? So he was going to be there in his like look that I guess is supposed to be inspired by his new album. So every single time they would post over to or pan over to Taylor Swift, they would show him and it would be promotion for his new album. But apparently Taylor Swift had caught wind of this and like made a couple calls and said, no, this is not going to happen. Which I have to say, if that is true, now once again, these are all speculations, these are all made up. Nobody has any type of proof of this. If that is true though, I think it's really, really crazy to see how much persuasion she has over the NFL. But I did like see this TikTok and I did see a report about it too, that supposedly her being in the NFL this year, being that she went to every single Chiefs game, supposedly it generated $330 million in extra ad revenue, which I think is just insane. I have to say, and I know people will attack me over this, but I don't know. I'm just not that big of a Taylor Swift fan. So I'm like, whew, damn, that's crazy to see how much she generates. Like, I don't know. Like, I know she's a big pop star, but damn, that's a lot. I want to go ahead and read this to you guys for right here. That way you guys know. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. This is from NY Daily News. It says Taylor Swift allegedly got Kanye West kicked out of Super Bowl seats. Kanye West seemingly hoped to upstage Taylor Swift and reignite their old feud at last week's Super Bowl, but the anti-hero singer reportedly thwarted. Y'all have never heard that word. Y'all know every single time that I read an article, I'm like, y'all, I need to be educated big time. Thwarted his alleged plans. The newly minted 14-time Grammy winner, 34, allegedly got the embattled Heartless rapper, 46, booted from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas after learning he'd purchased seats in front of her suite for the showdown between Travis Kelce's Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers. Also, what do you guys think about the game? Please let me know. Because y'all, I don't know why on my TikTok for you page, it's like a whole bunch of conspiracy theories that like, oh, this is scripted and the NFL scripted and this was like meant to be. And I'm like, y'all, I'm so curious. But then on top of that too, as soon as you start thinking about Taylor Swift making them an extra $330 million, it's like, it wouldn't be too far-fetched if it was scripted for the Chiefs to win. Let me know what you think about that. Anyways, quote right here, typical Kanye, Taylor Swift gets pissed off. She boom boom makes a call or two. Everybody's involved. He gets kicked out of the stadium. Brandon Marshall, formerly of the Denver Broncos, Miami Dolphins, and New York Jets, said on his Paper Route podcast, which I was going to play a clip of that, but I do think that is copywritten too. He was trying to leverage her celebrity, so now you got to go back to the beef. You know, him cutting her off, said the 39-year-old athlete, referencing Swift, accepting the award for Best Video by a female artist at the 2009 VMAs, during which West infamously interrupted her speech and told the world the award should have gone to pal Beyonce. Also, too, I have another question for you guys about that, too. Everyone always says that Kanye West made her career. Do you guys believe that? Only because I feel from my memory, and y'all, this obviously 2009 was a long time ago. I think that she was doing pretty damn good on her own. I think that she had like a lot of hit songs and she was winning like a lot of CMAs at the time, I believe, and like other awards too. And I think like she was already becoming really popular. Obviously, that's why she won like Best Female Artist of the Year. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, I wonder. I do feel like Kanye West helped catapult her career because I'm like, y'all, after that drama, she really did become America's sweetheart. Like, oh my gosh, you know? But I'm like, I feel like she was on an upwards like trajectory no matter what, in my personal opinion. But obviously, what do I know? Anyways, it's unclear how Marshall heard about West's alleged intentions or whether Swift was really responsible for booting him from the stadium before her boyfriend's team won the Super Bowl in overtime. West and his wife, Bianca Censori, were reportedly photographed at the game, with West wearing a face covering featuring a white crucifix. Speaking to TMZ on Monday, West spoke in a pretty lukewarm manner when mentioning Swift during a rant about musicians, relationships with streaming platforms, but did not say anything about being told to leave his Super Bowl seats or Allegiant Stadium entirely. So once again, this is all just a speculation from this previous NFL player right here that he did make on his podcast. Now, there is no proof whatsoever that this is true. I do want to go ahead and emphasize that, y'all. But I want to say, do you guys feel like this guy is making it up out of nowhere? Also, what I want to say is too, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Kanye West is a very outspoken person, and I really do feel like if he was supposed to go to the Super Bowl and specifically sit in front of Taylor Swift and she made some calls and got him booted from the stadium, don't you think that he would have went on a rant about it? Because y'all, if you guys see Kanye West on Twitter at all, or like videos posted on Twitter, I should say, not from his actual account, y'all, he is always going on rants about everything. Y'all, like I recently just saw one where he was going on a big old rant about like McDonald's and like Coke and stuff like that, like Coca-Cola. And I was like, y'all, I feel like if this was the case, if there was any truth to this, I feel like Kanye would have spoke up about this. Do you know what I mean? Like I just could picture him being like, oh, Taylor Swift got me kicked up out of here. You know what I mean? So I'm really curious where this guy got this information or where he heard this from. But do you guys feel like it would be super far-fetched? Because also think about if this is true, if Kanye West was supposed to specifically sit right in front of her, don't you think that she low-key would be irritated and be like, oh hell no, this ain't gonna happen? I feel like it's a smart business move on his behalf, but then I'm just kind of like, damn, would he really do all that, you know? Because that's like super petty. Anyways, y'all, that is it. Once again, this is just a speculation. We don't have any proof of this whatsoever. Just this guy said it on his podcast, and I'm just super curious to know what you guys think about it. So make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.